Hey there peeps, mewmew here and welcome back to Dragalia Lost. Today we're going to talk about the version update that we just had last night, so let's get to it. So, we just had a version update. It is the first notice on our list of notices today, so we're going to talk about it. So we are now in version 1.4.0. And, you know, it's already been installed. I already downloaded it from the App Store and installed it. It was like a huge download. I mean, it asked me to download 0.14 megs, so super big. I'm kidding. Anyways, so they're actually going to be sending us a 10-fold summon voucher to commemorate this version, so that's awesome. It's really going to set us, you know, in a good place for the next banner, which, you know, hopefully is Valentine's Day. So let's also talk about what's new. It is now possible to play sound from background applications, music applications for example, while playing Dragalia Lost. Oh, okay, so you could be listening to, I don't know, Google Play Music and also playing Dragalia Lost. That's awesome. I didn't know it actually stopped that, but that's good. That's good. You can now trade up to 20 of each Great Worm print in the treasure trade. Cool. Communication time while waiting for other players immediately after starting a quest in co-op has been reduced. That's great. Communication time while waiting for other players immediately after starting a quest in co-op has been reduced. So maybe this is the when you start a co-op quest and you're waiting for a player to show up, maybe that time has been reduced. I'm gonna test that out to see if it's true, because sometimes I open a quest and I'm sitting around for like a few minutes waiting to see if somebody will join me, and then I just kind of give up on co-op and I'll try to like find some random quest that people are playing for some reason or another. Then we have devices will no longer enter sleep mode while playing with auto enabled. That's pretty good. I've never had that happen to me, but great. Maybe my awake time is too long. Devices will no longer enter into sleep mode from the time you enter or create a co-op room until you either leave the room or start the quest. That's also very good. You don't want that timing out on you, because if you time out while waiting in the co-op thing, it will actually kick you out. Then we have the UI display settings options have been added for the status bar and the navigation bar on Android devices. Okay, that's not affecting me. The screen design has been adjusted slightly. I don't know. Let me know if you can see the differences. Can you spot the differences? It should be one of those games. Okay, then let's keep going. The following additional features and changes will be applied in the data updates after 11/30/24. So these are available now. Oh, this is where I enter like that mode. An animation displaying the matching attunement bonuses will now display on the icon on the edit team and quest preparation screens when an adventurer's attunement matches that of their equipped weapon and dragon. Worm prints will not be considered. Okay. Now, also, a penalty will be applied to players who are inactive for a certain amount of time during co-op, regardless of whether the player is the host or the guest. If a player receives a penalty a certain number of times consecutively, they'll be unable to participate in co-op for some time. If they're participating in co-op as a guest, they will be forced to exit the quest. So this is really good. They are, you know, actually trying to implement, you know, infractions basically for people that are just entering auto, not doing anything. I mean, the place that I would probably see this the most is if you did the element mazes, in which, you know, they're relatively very easy, so you don't need the entire set of people to go. Just some people will stay at the entrance while like 2 people are doing all the job. So, you know, it's good that they're doing these infractions, and that, you know, hopefully it tells you you've been kicked out due to inactivity, some message like that. So part of me wants to like try it, but then I don't. I always feel bad not doing anything in co-op, because I'm always like very like into it. You know, whenever I play co-op, But you know, I'm glad they're implementing this. A lot of games would benefit from having some type of infraction slash check and balances for players that just kind of take advantage of other players. Then we have the next one. The number of Glorious Tempest and Volcanic Queen Wyrmprints you can acquire from Treasure Trade has been increased. In addition to the fully unbound Wyrmprints, one each, you can also trade for Wyrmprints that haven't been unbound, up to 15 each. At 1:20 a.m., the implementation date of this change has been corrected. Okay. We'll check to see if that's true right now. The implementation date of this change has been corrected. Is this change not happening now? Did it happen, or did they move it? Also, the following additional features and changes will be applied after the maintenance scheduled for 8 p.m. on the 28th to January 29th. For more information about this maintenance, see the force exit maintenance on the other notice that we read the other day. So these are kind of the things that are apparently going to be dealt with on the maintenance, and these are looking like the things I talked about the other day, but let's kind of go quickly through them to see if there's anything different. So when playing quests in co-op, you can participate without using stamina. You use gatherings instead. Players will not be guaranteed a 5-star adventure when performing the initial summon. Yes. When you're unable to find a co-op room using Find Room, you'll not be asked if you wish to automatically create a room. Okay. Oh yeah, since you're now it doesn't matter since you're using the wings anyways. I actually like that. So then, so there are some different things in here. The following issues have been fixed in this version. The one that we just got, I think. When scrolling through the list of notices, tapping a banner would sometimes take you to the wrong notice. Yes, this happened to me. Sometimes the correct amount of HP would not be restored when shape-shifting ends if an HP up buff was received while shape-shift. Sometimes it was not possible to use Force Strike when playing an auto-enabled. The boss enemy did not appear in the main story quest, Chapter 6, EX1-1 Woodland Blitz, when the shapeshift was used to destroy fallen trees. Also, the boss icon that should display over the entrance to the boss area on the minimap was not displayed on certain quests. Using Jilliet's Force Strike under certain conditions while playing in the Battle of the Wartorch Ruins Master event quest in co-op would cause communication to be disrupted. Wow, Juliet is strong. Silver Slime sometimes did not appear when playing Avenue of Fortune Standard. Travel distance was shortened for Lane's adventurers who use Force Strike in specific locations, such as puddles of water or poison. The double buff Wyrmprint ability for a wish upon a Yule tree, Billion Crown, or Sisters of the Anvil would trigger for certain adventurers when they use a skill that does not buff defense, while defense buff was applied for them. Bleeding was applied to ally adventurers when the skill that inflicts bleeding hits allies inflicted with freeze in co-op. Really? Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh my gosh, if anyone got attacked by this and had this happen to them, please send me a screenshot. That just seems so funny. Like, you actually got, you know, friendly fire. Then we have the increases max HP by X% for the remainder of the quest. Buff from Sanoa's custom concoction skill was removed from the HP display of the other on-screen adventurers when she uses custom concoction skill again and gets a result other than the increased max HP by X% for the remainder of the quest buff. It was possible to use Force Strike while moving by switching adventurers immediately. Oh wait. Excuse me. It was possible to use Force Strike while moving by switching adventurers immediately after using Force Strike and then returning to the adventure again. The notices from support team under alerts has been removed. If you wish to change your notification settings, please change them at your device's app notification settings. Oh, I'm gonna go check that out after this. Strength from Wyrmprints was not added when shape-shifting. The bogged and poison afflictions would persist even after the effect direction had elapsed when afflicted under certain conditions. Also, a fix for the following issue will be applied after the maintenance scheduled for 8 p.m. on the 28th. For more information about this maintenance, see the Force Exit maintenance on that other notification. The first attack for certain dragons would sometimes not hit when shapeshifting while auto is enabled. And that takes us to the end of that notice. Basically, there is a lot of things that were changed with this version update that we just got, and you know, there are things that will not be fixed until the 28th. And you know, just kind of per our assumption, the 28th is going to be the day right before the maintenance. So whenever the game comes back after maintenance, we should be able to see the new event. Hopefully it is a Valentine's Day event. What do you think about all the changes that they've made, all the updates? Have they fixed an issue you were having? Maybe, you know, did they fix issues that you didn't even think you were having? Let me know in the comments below all that you think about this, you know, about the game and everything. And thank you so very much for watching. And until next time, meow to meow.